hunting this awesome deer. I wish I was hunting this year.
But you're not, Sass! Sea Dog is! Woo, woo, woo! I'm drawn for mule deer this year. Kels, remember 2 years ago when you had your draw tag? And you got all braggy? Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be hunting for a new baby daddy.
Hey, Brick.
Hi.
I'm so happy that you washed your face off for the buck hunting experience.
Oh, thanks.
The buck my girls and I had just found was a deer that we had known for years, mostly from stealth cams and shed antler hunting. He was a king, a buck with a huge inside spread. In past years, he was impressive, but not old enough to go after. On this year, we all agreed he was at least 6 years old and more than worthy of going after. Just a few days before the season opened, my friend Shaner captured this gorgeous footage of him. He was hanging out in open country, and our confidence of getting a chance at him early was through the roof. The last few nights before the season opened, I sharpened up, anticipating something great when the sun came up on opening day. We found great bucks, but nothing that resembled that big wide buck we were hoping for. All through the summer, he was there, and as soon as the gate cracked, he vanished.
I've grown up hunting in this country, and this is not your typical mule deer archery hunting turf. It's very hard to hunt. It's flat. If you do get on them and you do see them lay down, then you have a chance. But that is so rare, watching them lay down, having their horns exposed, and having that chance.
We were having no luck finding him, so Richie and I started putting on miles in flat country, just hoping for a clue. Before we knew it, the wet morning dew of summer turned into the hoarfrost of mid-fall. We were still seeing great bucks, but not him. Our archery season was almost over, and we hadn't laid eyes on the wide buck even once. In literally the dying minutes of archery season, 5 minutes after the sun set on the last day, cameraman Richie captured this footage of him, a few seconds before he ducked out of sight.
Well, there goes my archery mule deer dreams for the second year in a row. Well, it's actually been a lot more than that. But anybody that says archery mule deer hunting is easy, try hunting big mature bucks only. It's not so easy.
Sunrise on November 1st, the opener of 14 days of rifle season, a rare opportunity given the draw system in our home province of Saskatchewan. A chance to hunt the time of year when the bucks are swelling up for the rut, winter is scratching lightly on the door, and sometimes breaking the door down. Now that the rifle season was open, on the days that my friends could hunt with me, they were the shooters. I knew they would appreciate this buck just as much as I would, if not more, so we hunted for him as a team. First up was my pal Darren Wandy, a friend that waited 6 years for the tag and the chance.
It's the Second tree stand I ever built.
Oh, really?
12 years old. I watched my brother slave over this tree stand for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Sweating, and I stood here with my arms crossed. Told him where I needed everything. I didn't want to be up there because I was afraid of heights. I sat in it twice. Saw one little doe. Had the time of my life though.
Brotherly love.
My brother, who's drawn this year too, he's that kind of guy. An elk walked across it.
I know if those guys made it, I'm good.
At first light, 8 days in, we found him. This was the day we had been working so hard for.
Darren and I have a herd of about 10 or 15 muleys bedded in a bluff. This is where I shot my very first deer with a bow and arrow with my grandma. We had a blind built right here. I missed the buck at 9 yards with that brush right there. And then I shot a buck at 42 yards, 2/3 of the way to that big old tree. Very first deer with a bow. That's cool.
While we were moving in on the big guy, we derailed half a dozen muleys that we had lost track of, whom of which, in turn, spooked the wide buck. He wasn't completely blown out, just mildly bumped, or at least that's what we were hoping for.
Okay, that's the big one. 2 giant bucks. Not very often you can stalk bucks and have double the chance of getting a shot. The buck we call the dugout buck is big and heavy, and the wide buck is insanely awesome. We gotta plow our feet so it doesn't crumble. They must have heard us coming. They're just walking. They're gonna walk into a bluff.
Given the wind we were dealt, we had to sneak through a horse pasture, and curious as horses are, this could have been trouble. But thinking back to Jeremiah Johnson, we thought maybe we could use this in our favor, hoping muleys don't know how many feet a horse has. Apparently they do. This was it, the moment we'd worked so hard for since mid-July.
Oh. What the hell? I had the.
There's a dent in the primer.
I had it. Are you serious?
I was about to lose it on you for not putting a shell in your tree.
I had a shell in it. Gave us a small window. He stopped right in the trees.
270 yard shot. Gun's dead on at that distance. As a 220-inch buck. And you work all year for that opportunity. And your shell just feels like taking the day off. And your firing pin hits your shell,
And there's a dent in the primer, but it doesn't feel like going off. It's awesome. This was Darren's best chance at the wide buck before he tagged out on another great muley. My next hunting partner was one of my favorites, my bro, Brandon Robbins, the guy that built me my second tree stand, and my first for that matter too. He's the brother that makes an honest living as a potash miner and doesn't get as much of a chance to hunt like I do. There's no question he would appreciate this wide buck as much as anyone.
Yes! The wide one is back. And Cody's brother, Brandon, is not far away with the draw tag. This could be awesome.
We have a big wide buck bedded in a pretty wicked spot, and we have more wind today. I know there's someone out there that's going to have their toes stepped on, Mr. Darren Wandy. But I'm sorry, Darren. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Closing in on the wide buck, we hit a landmine, aka a young buck that had us dead to rights. Set up.
He must have been over the ridge a bit, and when that smaller one got up and left, he must have went too. I remember in bow season saying, man, I can't wait for rifle season. It's so much easier then. Wow. It's hard.
We felt like it was the end of the world spooking him again, but in reality, like the other times, he never got bumped by us directly. It was always another deer blowing him out, which luckily led to one more chance at him that evening. This time, instead of being aggressive, we waited him out, hoping he would come our way.
That was a neat little buck. Better get out of here.
Is that wide buck?
Yeah. Last day of mule deer season. We're going back to the way we were when we were kids, pushing bush. And then this bush is shaped like this. There's the fence line, and there's another bush like this. That's all bush, and that's the fence. They're all in this bush. They might be in this bush. We're right here right now.
The final day of the season was upon us. Our entire season was down to the dying minutes and one more chance. And I was in the driver's seat.
I hope so. We're giving it a fighting chance anyway.
Absolutely.
No. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Bob. It's the first time you've ever hugged me.
It'll be the last, too.
Last time we touched like that, he was punching me.
You're pretty freaking
Fragile.
fragile right now, so you didn't really want to miss.
I'm like a piece of china in -40. You should see how China shoots in -40, though. Be like Billy the Kid at 400. I've never actually pushed this bush, but so many times I've bumped deer out of this bluff, and they run right down this fence line. We're gonna wait here. They're moving in. We're gonna see what happens. I can see a muley in the bush there. I don't know which buck that is. But they're on the north side of the fence. I'm like, we are going to get some action. Richie, north side. North side, here he comes. It's a white buck. It's a white buck. Wide one. Ready, Rich? Where am I hitting?
I don't know. Something weird happened. I think you just got him.
Yeah! Yeah, Rich! Rich! Yeah! Yeah! Yes! You've been with me the whole time.
It's been crazy.
I was like, if you've ever bared down in your life, this is the time. You got one more chance.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Rich.
Oh. He is.
I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna take my gloves off. I want to feel this buck.
Oh.
Rich!
What?
Oh, he is enormous and so beautiful. I love him. I'm the glory hog, and here comes the power horses. One's a mule and one's a thoroughbred.
These horses are getting thirsty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Wow.
I was just wondering, can I touch your barrel? Oh, is that ever hot?
Watch out, Boshin! Okay, so this is what happened. I run out of shells and he's going out of sight. I reach in my opposite pocket, grab a shell, throw it in, shut the bolt, and shoot, and dropped
It
him.
was the last shot that got him.
The last shot.
First shot I said, oh, we got him. And then, oh, we got him again. And then I thought you were hitting him every time.
Oh.
Maybe there's a couple dead cows out there somewhere. I don't know.
That is what hunting is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about working your butt off, hunting with your friends, and at some point, maybe getting rewarded. And the element of not knowing if you're gonna get rewarded. This is the last day, and it makes it that much more exciting. This buck is gorgeous. From his 5-inch or 4-inch brows, to his sticker point, to his extra tines up here, to his width, to his beams, and just to him in general. He's absolutely gorgeous. That was a thrill of a flippin' lifetime. It was so crazy to watch a 30-inch wide buck inside coming at you like a freight train. Wow. As a team, we've been after this buck the entire fall. My very good friend Darren Wandy, he had multiple chances at him. My big brother Brandon, he had a chance to hunt this buck and had no luck. And Richard Casement, the cameraman, the grunt, the mangy little mule that runs behind me all over the world, he had a chance to shoot him with his bow. And thankfully all those guys failed. And I got this chance because that was so exciting. Look at this row of tines. It looks more like a great big whitetail horn on that side. It's so unique. What an awesome way to spend a mule deer season. Out here grinding it out every single day with so many friends that are so willing to help and to have a happy ending like this. I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm very fortunate. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there pressure in shooting at a running deer or not? Is there any do you feel any pressure?
Boy, he's a great big one. Atta boy, cool. Hunter. Down to the wire, son.
I want everyone to raise their hand if they were raised pushing bush.
Well, I know.
Have you?
No.
Oh, a British Columbia boy. But everybody else has. Shane and I, best friends since we were just little. That's how we were raised hunting.
In British Columbia, you could push
Yeah.
until you were dead, 80 years old, and you'd never see a deer.
In British Columbia?
There's no open spots.
Oh yeah. You need an army of friends that are willing to be mules and help you. And that's what I have. All of you, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.